Hi, I'm Debbie. Today's project, I'm going to show you how to use some of our recycled bottle glass that we cut in one of our previous videos, bottle cutting. We're going to make a very simple glass pendant that has a little bit of dichroic glass in it, and we're going to cut that from this half ring from a bottle. So the first thing we're going to do is cut out two little rectangle pieces from the end of here, roughly about the same size. And then here I've got a selection of just little scrap pieces of dichroic glass that we're going to place in the middle of our two pieces of recycled glass, and then we're going to pop that in the microwave and fuse it. Now, the question you may ask at this stage is, how is that going to work? Because there's an incompatibility between bottle glass, recycled glass, and our dichroic glass here that we're going to use. Well, yes, that is absolutely right. They are incompatible, and there will be cracks or stress fractures that will occur in that glass over time. If we use very small pieces of our dichroic glass, and we've got a far less proportion of this glass to our bottle glass, it isn't going to compromise the strength of that glass too much. It still will compromise it a little, and you will see, if you look at it through polarized film, you will see those stress fractures, but you will be able to wear it as a piece of jewellery for quite some time. However, if you were to drop it on a bench and drop, say, a pendant like the one that I'm wearing here on a bench, both at the same time, and one of them was to break, I could guarantee it would be this one. So they will be a little bit more fragile than others, but they still work. So let's get started. We've got our small kiln here, so we'll pop some fusing paper on there, straighten that out and pop that on there, and just pop that aside for now. And then we're going to get our glass scorer and our running pliers, and we're going to cut through here. We'll use our ruler to help us hold this glass. Now this is a little bit more tricky than cutting ordinary fusing glass, simply because it's not flat. But we can get around that. So the important thing first, number one rule, is always put on our glasses, safety glasses. So we pop those on, and then we take our ruler and use the ruler there to hold the glass. Now notice that I'm not using my hands to hold the glass at all, just the ruler. So sit that there, and then take our scorer and do a nice little score line down there. Now, because the glass is rounded, it is actually easier to break, so don't be too worried if your score line is not terribly deep or prominent. So then place that there, make sure that you're holding your running pliers and the glass well away from your face. Don't be tempted to bring it up here to have a look and see where your score line is or anything, because little bits of flying glass are not good for the rest of your face. So holding it down there, and we simply go crack like that. Now that ended up with a little bit of a curve on there, but hey, that's okay. It's all art at the end of the day, and every piece is unique. So we've got that. Now we're going to create or cut another piece of a similar size. So another score line there, and then again break, and they do break very easily. So now if we sit one piece on the other, they're going to sit there quite happily, and we have got a bit of an interesting shape going on here, which I really like. Okay, so I can take my glasses off now, and we are going to take our tweezers and simply take our selected pieces of dichroic, which I've just chosen some pieces that are in green and bluish shades. I've got some on black, and I have got some here that is dichroic on clear, which I know on a black background actually will be green. So I'm trying to stay with all the same colour theme throughout here. So let's just carefully, without throwing them at the glass, place them on the glass. Now, before we go too far here, it might be a good idea to actually start building this on our kiln base, because being a non-flat surface, being a little bit rounded there, we will see our share of challenges in creating this piece where everything will want to slide into the middle. Some pieces are just too hard to pick up with tweezers. Trying to pick up wet fish. So your design that you're going to make on here with your dichroic glass probably won't be the design of the year, but you can use your imagination, shuffle things around a little bit. The important thing is not to overdo it. I've put 5 pieces on there, and I think for this it is plenty of glass. So we'll leave those other pieces for another project. So now we place the top piece on there just very carefully without disturbing the arrangement that we've got there with our dichroic glass, and we're going to take that across to the microwave now, and we'll pop it on for probably 2 minutes on high to begin with. So just checking that our pieces here are all still in around about the right place that we want to end up. So very carefully, with steady hands, just popping it there into the centre of our turntable. And now we can carefully place the lid on without bumping that glass. So we'll close the door now, and we'll set that going for 2 minutes on high. So that 2 minutes is up, and so we're just going to lift the lid now to have a look and see if it's all still in one piece, that there's no breakages there. No, everything's going quite as it should. The paper's starting to get a little bit darkened around the edges. So we'll place it on now for another minute. Alright, it's looking very, very hot indeed. Wow, that is a beautiful shape, all nicely rounded off. That is stunning. So we're going to take it out now and have a closer look. Wow, that is hot, very, very hot. And in this state, we have no worry about it exploding or cracking in any way, because it can't, because that glass is actually in liquid form. But around about now, as it starts going dark in colour, is when we must put the lid back down on it. So it's been an hour now, and our kiln has completely cooled down. So we'll take the lid off and have a look. Wow, that's very green. It's yeah, it's nice. However, being the green on the bottom and the green on the top, the dichroic glass in the middle hasn't come through quite as nicely as I would have liked it to, but it still has a nice effect. It'll look nicer once we take it off there and give it a wash. But perhaps in hindsight, maybe it would have been better for me to put those pieces of dichroic right on the very top of of our glass. I do really like the shape though, it's lovely, and it is a gorgeous colour. So just pop our lid on our glue, pop it away. With our toothpick we just roll a little bit of glue onto the end of there, and then just simply dab it onto our bail here. It's just a 5mm gunmetal bail. Turn that over, pop that onto the back, just give it a gentle press down, have a look from the front and make sure that it's all sitting in the right place. Give it a nice gentle press, and that starts the bonding process. So that ideally is best left overnight before you can wear that. But thanks for watching this video, and be sure to watch more of our videos in the future.